Sitting in the hospital waiting area just outside the x-ray room, right? I'm holding my arm and I'm just thinking, you dumb idiot. I was in so much pain, I could barely move my arm, and I was thinking to myself, what's gonna happen now? On top of everything that I was dealing with, I now had this really potentially life-altering shoulder injury. So the day prior, I had decided, I was snowed into my cabin and I was really restless, and I was like, just finished my personal training certification. I thought, you know what? I wanna be Mr. Cool Guy. I don't wanna be just a personal trainer. I wanna be like the personal trainer. I wanna be the coolest, most badass personal trainer there is. So I go online and I look for, material to inform me about what would be the coolest personal trainer. And I find people throwing kettlebells, and they're swinging kettlebells and they're pushing them over their head and they're like making these sounds. I'm like, those people look cool as fuck, and they're jacked and they're listening to loud music, and I like it and I want to do that. But I didn't have a kettlebell. So I find a water jug on my property. I was living kind of in a rustic area. I find a water jug. I fill it full of water, about 1.5 liters. And I get set up and I'm like, Mr. Kettlebell Guy, here I come. So I throw the water jug up thinking I'm so freaking cool. And as it comes down, pop, and I feel this horrible sensation in my shoulder, and I drop the water jug. And I'm like, oh shit. So what I had done was I detached my bicep tendon from the bone, and I tore a ligament that keeps your bicep tendon in. I discovered this after an x-ray. That injury was 6 years ago, and looking back now, when I was waiting in the hospital for my x-ray, and I was beating myself up, telling myself I was stupid and I really hated myself, it wasn't because of my injury. It was because I legitimately hated myself, and I was trying to prove something. I was so down on myself because I thought, I'm not good enough unless I do these types of movements. And I see this all the time. I see people putting themselves down because they can't do the thing that someone else can do. So if you're in that situation right now and it feels like you can't do anything and you're comparing yourself to everybody else, don't use a water kettlebell to make yourself feel better. Find movements within your capacity. Explore what you currently have. Take the time to be present, and don't beat yourself up for not being who someone else is.